So you want to be a pioneer for Jehovah. That's good. But have you ever asked yourself, what are the origins of the pioneer? What are the origins of the Jehovah's Witness pioneer? What are the origins of the disfellowshipping in the Christian congregation?
He saw it as a capitalist institution based on capital and on private gain. He openly called for abolition of the family. There's a reason Stalin trained Soviet youth to become pioneers. That's what he called them, emissaries of the state who were told that the highest good involves ratting out your own family members. At one 1932 Soviet trial, a father actually cried out to his son, "It's me, your father." And the son replied, "Yes, he used to be my father, but I no longer consider him my father. I'm not acting as a son, but as a pioneer." Stalin used to go around Soviet Russia talking about this story and using it as an example of good behavior. Breaking down the family is a precondition to building up the state.
Now, where did the Jehovah's Witnesses learn this? Well, I'm not going to say that the Jehovah's Witnesses are Marxists, Leninists, but they did grow up in the same time frame. So if you were living in the 1900s, you were very familiar with Marxism. And if you lived in 1919, when supposedly Jesus chose his governing body, then you would have been familiar with Leninism and the teachings of these people. So all I'm saying is that the Jehovah's Witnesses have more in common with the ideology of Marxism and Leninism of central control government. They have more in common with telling their pioneers to forego the capitalist way of life and to own property, to acquire goods, to own a business. But instead, they tell you to be a pioneer for the state. So isn't it a coincidence or not that the Bible of the Jehovah's Witnesses is called the New World Translation? It's not a coincidence because the Jehovah's Witnesses also teach that you have to have a new man. The new man. Well, the Leninists and the Marxists taught the same thing. The Jehovah's Witnesses want to destroy the man that you were made to be, that you were taught growing up in America to have a full-time job, learn a trade, perhaps own a business and expand it, and provide for your family and your city. Instead, the Jehovah's Witnesses want to destroy everything that you were taught and create a new version of yourself, a new man. This is a New World Order teaching. So it's not a coincidence that the Jehovah's Witnesses Bible is called the New World Translation. Now, does that mean that they hang out in secret bunkers with the United Nations? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's not a coincidence that the teachings of the Jehovah's Witnesses are always against America, like don't pledge allegiance to the flag, do not stand for the national anthem. When I was a kid, I couldn't march in the Veterans Parade. I couldn't go to 4th of July celebrations. I couldn't go to a lot of parties that were patriotic during school and engage in patriotic activities. So there's a reason for this. There is no coincidence that the Jehovah's Witnesses teachings and origins have a root in the teachings of Marx and Lenin.